Did you get a chance to ask him, or should I go?
Okay, here at the Come and Take It If You Can tour, Fiddlesticks Billiards Cafe. Ben Zimmer versus Mike Gulyassy.
All right. Well, hello, Alvin.
JR, welcome. Your commentary debut for this tournament. Finally got a chance from all your work to do it.
Yep, you guys have let me out of my cage and let me throw the mic on, so
Here we
everybody that wants to write letters and complain about me, do so with Alvin. Each complaint will be accompanied with the bobblehead Alvin Nelson ball.
Nice.
Well, I don't think Mike has too many problems here. He just wants to make sure that he gets somewhere on the 5 where he can draw back and get above the 6 so that he can shoot it in the lower left-hand corner pocket here.
So does he have to give him 2 games on the wire
I don't think
to
so.
a race to 3, or is this a race to 5?
Not Ben.
I'm going to have to find out what this is. Okay.
We've just been given all the vitals here.
So he's got 1 on the wire.
Yeah, basically Ben's getting 1 game on the wire from tour promoter Mike Gulyassy. And he handled the rough portion of that rack by just getting above the 6 so that he could just pocket the 6 and float down to the side rail a little bit further down and get on the 7. Big difference between bar tables and 8 or even 9-foot tables is that you don't normally have to move the cue ball as much. About the only thing you really need to do is get a shot, but eventually knowing where the key ball is in the rack will eventually determine who the winner of the match is. Now Mike hits the break pretty good.
Yeah, he's got that orange crusher break cue he's talking about he likes. Yeah, he was pocketing balls on the break real nice. I wasn't seeing exactly which ball's been going, but it looked like maybe
Table
the big
number
ball.
19, Brian Frank and Kenny G, table 19.
Well, let's see how he lays them down.
Yeah, he popped that wing ball in.
They all took their places there.
Yeah, he hit that real nice.
I think he made 4 balls, didn't he?
Nice, yep.
My addition's correct. And he's got a little bit of a tester, shooting a 1 past the 6.
That's the toughest shot. Well, I don't know. It looks like he's got a couple tough shots here.
Yeah, the 7 is a real doozy. I mean, he not only does he have to possibly shoot the 1 past the 6, even if he elects to shoot the 1-6 combination and move the 1 down table, he still has to do some magic here. So I think we're going to see a safety in his future somewhere.
That would be the smart move for sure. Nice. He's like made that one stop, didn't he? That was a good shot.
That was a great shot. Now he has to spin it with a lot of high right-hand English and spin it out of the corner where the 6 is at and run 3 rails.
Yeah,
and then reverse and get that 7. Boy, he looks like he's trying to pop it straight back down table. This is going to take a stroke. This really is. You know, he got somewhere where he can make it, which is the best way to say it.
Yeah, he definitely made it. I mean, he definitely has got it, can see it.
Hello, Chris Zuter.
Chris Zuter, we're here at his Fiddlesticks Billiards Cafe in North Canton. I'm sure everybody out there knows.
Yeah.
See Mike and Earl out here along with all the other players.
Yep, we got Earl out here, and Mike, and you and Ben. A couple other good players out here. New guys I haven't seen before.
Not an easy stop to win here. There's a lot of great players. Not a lot of people getting spotted a lot of games right now, and it's not because the spot is bad. It's just the players are that good.
For sure.
Can you hear me well with the microphone?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to put the commentator curse on Mike. It impresses me how solid he plays. I haven't watched him play since I was a kid at the Akron Open.
Right.
But, I mean, he's a steady player. It looks like he's rock solid when he's down on the ball.
Yeah.
I really haven't gotten to watch him play. I just see him hanging out at the tournaments as a cue maker,
Mm-hmm.
I think he should be getting up out of the chair and playing a little more.
I agree. He's pocketing the balls well. He thinks well.
Yeah.
And, that's half the battle. And then, of course, he's got the experience. It helps him stay down. He doesn't get nervous in a match.
In this particular case, nice little counter safe there.
Well, Mike's got one decent shot that I can see, and it's take a whack at that bank and put the cue down on the bottom rail behind the 9.
Yeah, the defense is going to be harder than the make on the bank, and then bar table 9 ball. If you pump the bank and get in the right direction, it'll go. The pocket will accept it. So he's shooting safe,
not sure
and
about
I
this one.
disagree with that shot.
I totally disagree with it.
And it's one of those things that the safe was actually as hard or harder than the shot. So when it comes down to it, go for offense if the safe is as hard as the make.
Exactly. If it even gets close, I know a lot of players that they say, well, I'd rather just shoot at my hole and know that I went out swinging.
Yeah, especially the old gunslingers. They're not even going to think twice about it. They're going to get up there and rip it in,
Yeah.
Yeah. But nowadays, a lot of people, especially playing on the tighter equipment like the diamonds, they're going to think about the safety as the first option. But this is a whole different animal when you're playing on forgiving bar tables. You got to play into that hand a little bit.
Well, let's look at the way that you set up an offense on a bar table. Show me the ball and I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of takes defense and really rewrites it as well. So
if I get jammed up on a bar table and there's no real good option, I'll just smash the balls 100 mile an hour because the propensity of something falling in the hole is 70-80%. you know, and it looks very amateur, but hey, it's the right shot, you know.
That's funny. It brings me. I have an old story where I walked into a league match one day with
Nice
one of
break.
my rivals,
No love.
and he said, I said, "How you doing?" He says, "Better than you," and I went, "Let's play some." And I beat him literally 17 games in a row where I just couldn't miss.
Ouch.
In the 18th game, basically, I made a ball on a break, and the balls all clumped back up onto one, and I just frammed the balls and made 2 balls. And we were playing 50 double on the run, so he watches the balls all take place. He just throws 100 on the table and says, "I quit."
Yeah, that'll fry your circuitry. Especially after getting the hammering, and then you put the icing on the cake like that.
Yeah, of course my buddy had to ask him how he was doing now.
Looks like Benny's looking at a push out. No,
I hope that was a push out.
Yeah, it was a push out, but the one forward is so cockeyed that anywhere up table would do. Although he would have liked it to have got a little deeper down there, I would presume.
Yeah.
Still, this is a big question mark.
Well, I think that Mike's got to look at driving this ball down to the bottom rail, spinning a cue up behind the 4.
Yeah. He didn't really execute that all that well. Didn't leave Ben anything easy, but yet he's looking at banking up table and leaving the cue ball by the corner pocket here, which, it's the 4 ball is going to protect it. And it might go, and then he's got shape on the 2.
Right.
Okay. So if that went, if that clicked off the 6 ball and went in the pocket, man, he was golden. So that's a great shot, great 2-way option there.
That was the perfect execution. Make sure that the 4 is in the game. Table, even though it's a bar table, doesn't seem like it's playing extremely fast.
No.
The cloth is acting fast and letting balls slide, but the balls aren't taking off on guys.
It doesn't seem like the rails are springy. But I don't know. It's been felted recently, and the lighting's a little, maybe drawing a little humidity. I don't know. It does play a little different than the other tables. I noticed that.
I think Mike's looking to kick this and put the 1.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to hit this fairly firm. I don't agree with the light hit.
Yeah, if he hit it harder, it could get to the end rail, and the cue ball could get to the other end rail.
There was a lot of opportunity at that higher speed where a lot of the kick safes, they all had the same speed there.
He might have had to hit it soft to get it to stretch to that hit angle, though. Like this fresh felt, you hit it soft and it'll stretch down. Maybe that's all he had.
That could be it. And that is something that we failed to notice at the beginning there.
Yeah. My depth perception's not too good at looking at the Ustream screen. as good as sitting at the table, but.
Well, I can tell you that I don't see any problem except for the 5. Now, Ben's really worried about being able to get in behind a 5 because he definitely doesn't want to shoot a combination. The 7, 9, and 6 all block pockets, so now that only leaves him with 3 other pockets. And he's looking at killing this deuce, keeping an angle to the right side of your screen off the 4, and zigzagging behind a 5. Hopefully hitting the rail again above the 5 so that he doesn't go too far below the 6.
He was trying to go up and down with it, but he just wasn't comfortable with what was. Wow.
Yeah. Now, this is no hanger out. He left the table with the same problem that he had.
Okay. One player that I've played with that really impressed me with position play in this kind of scenario was Jeremy Jones, and he was a master of playing these little short side shapes. Now he'd shoot the 2 in, and then he'd shoot the 4, and then kind of goes Z and across the table, and then go under the 5 where the 6 ball is, and then shoot the 5 in the side. And he would do it very comfortably. And he'd actually play weird position with those short angles, like with open tables.
Yeah.
But I think maybe his 1 pocket experience, he opted to kind of go behind it there, which worked out great.
He got away with
Yeah.
it. But I agree, he was
Good
supposed to hit the
speed.
second rail.
It's good speed though. That's his cue ball was good and it wasn't going to scratch and it looked like he was pretty comfortable with what was going to happen.
Well, most players don't realize why he was supposed to play that second rail.
Yeah.
Is because out of the 3 pockets left, he brought 2 more pockets into play.
Yeah.
The way he did it, he was only playing
one.
position for 1
And,
pocket.
he almost got hooked on the backside of the 6, but
Right.
once again, I mean, he had a good natural angle, off the, I think it was the 4 ball to that, so it worked out good. And he's a good enough player, executed.
Now, as Mike pulls the ball back here, with the game on the wire, he's getting ready to tie this match up at 2-2 going to 5. We're going to take a short commercial break here, folks.
All right,
Well-
Mike breaking 2-2.
Let's watch this masterful break.
He's got a real solid break, and I don't mean to put the mojo down like I did shot before.
You sure did. Way to go,
I've
Chris.
watched him break 3 sets now, and he like pounds it. The marble like comes straight back, and then just ends up right in that center table area. But once again, I did it.
Do me a favor, if I ever start playing again, don't watch
I'm
my
not gonna
match.
sweat your matches, I promise.
I think we're going to watch a 3 foul
Yeah,
here.
yeah, and that's the right thing because the out's so difficult, and from the 1 to the 2, there's no real easy. So taking a chance at this is definitely the right thing.
That's
and then
a
if
great
he gets
shot.
ball in hand, now he can use that whole wall for the 3rd foul.
Exactly.
So he's hoping none of the balls get disrupted at all because he's in the perfect 3 foul scenario.
Mike, meanwhile, has to run 2 rails, reverse the
I
first.
think he's looking at 3 rails, like going 2 rails, getting
Right.
right past the side pocket, and then hitting it.
Reversing, and the
Yeah.
problem with that is it's going to
Stretch
have
it.
a banana hook coming off the
Yeah.
2nd or 3rd rail, and it's going to be going dramatically slower. So he might hit this and still not catch a rail.
Yeah, it's just such a low percentage thing, but he's got no other legitimate option.
Sure. Well, he's not too happy to shoot this shot. He's not in a hurry, and I don't blame him because he has to only miss the side pocket by an inch.
He hit that all about as good as he humanly could, but still came up shy.
Well-
And now he's on 2, and Ben is looking for the perfect 3rd foul, which I don't necessarily agree with.
I
this
don't
one
agree with this one at all.
Because
There you go. Shoot. He should shoot it to the side rail where he's at. Stuff the cue right on the 3-5.
now he's thinking, he's playing a good player and leaving just a simple open table kick Mike could get. But so he's looking for the perfect 3rd foul.
Well, I can tell you, he might even consider hitting the side of the 7, but he could take the danger of making the 7.
Yeah.
Right? I like the idea of zigzagging it 1, 2 off the side rail and actually trying to get the 6 in the game.
Yeah.
I love that shot because
Yeah.
if he places it on the bottom side, like he say he runs to the bottom rail and hits below the 6 and goes past it a few inches, this game is over.
Yeah.
Because there's no hit.
If you put him right on the 3 ball, you're forcing him to jack up. This is a good. He's got to earn a kick. This is no gimme.
Right at this point here, Mike's so glad that he made the rules where he gets to spot Ben.
Yeah. Yeah.
There might be a rule change at the next tournament, folks. No 3-foul.
Yeah.
Now, normally, if you beat Mike Gulyassy in one of his events, you get a cue.
Okay, yeah.
I think there's a $350, $400 retail
like,
cue.
Kind of like puts a little bounty on his own head. That's gluttony. He wants him to get everybody firing their hardest at him, man.
Nothing like putting the old crosshairs right on your chest, you know. Now he's looking at this 3-railer long route wise, and that's a pretty big ball. It's about the size of a basketball down there. So
he
hit
got
it.
a great hit there, man. That was a big moment in this match.
Now you see why I was talking about the 6-ball. Why to get it past it.
Oh yeah.
That took everything away, and there was the one long kick there.
Yep.
Play a few rounds with effort, and you'll start to recognize when you're leaving a kick open.
And Ben knew that. You could see in his decision making, he was trying to find a really lockdown safe, and he was forced to just give a B+ safe, and B+ wasn't good enough in this case.
Yep.
But now he's looking at I don't know, maybe another safe option in there. I don't know if he can replace the cue ball with the 2-ball and send the 2-ball up table, but.
Well, let's see what he's got here. I kind of like getting it behind the 8.
Yeah,
that's a good shot too.
And it wasn't perfect, but hey, that's best he could do in that circumstance.
Well, there's and I agree with his decision there to go only as far as he was comfortable with, because the last thing he wants to do is let Mike make a good hit, and then a shot or two later have him having ball in hand. Nothing says you're getting weak to your opponent as, or that he escaped one that way.
Right.
Look at this. He's pulled out the jump shot. Jump cue.
Well, so far this game, Mike's had 2 kick shots and a jump shot. So Ben's making him earn it. It's no doubt in my mind there.
I think Ben's handicap is going to be under review at the next stop.
Well, there you go. There's a little hiccup there. Basically, had to get a lot of things going good for him to get through all that and pull the shot off. But now he's on the wrong side of the situation for the first time in this game. It looked like it was like Ben every time. Everything was winning his favor. Now he's got to. Let's see.
Pretty darn good hit. And I think he's got another carom that might even have action here off the 4-8. It's not exactly wired, but it might slop in. But I don't think I'd try it.
If you put a lot of top English on it, it puts kind of puts draw on the 4-ball, and it might stretch to the pocket, but it's not at all the perfect angle for that.
Yeah, you might scratch at the speed of sound too, right?
Yeah.
So I think I might.
What about just ticking the right side of the 4-ball and putting the cue ball by the 1 corner pocket, and then the 4-ball is protected by the 8-ball? Is that an option there?
I like
cut
that.
enough of it, or.
I actually like hitting it thin and going straight up off the bottom rail, using the 5, 7, 8, 9, and taking the cue down to about where that piece of chalk is, a diamond and a half up from the pocket. That's what I kind of let the 4 run into the 8, slow down a little bit.
Yeah,
this I don't like.
No, that was the shot that I was talking about. A variation of that, and
it might be simpler to get away with than I get. But
the 8-ball had him protected the whole way through, so
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at, is that we've got a guy with a pop cue that you have to play against too. No, he's going to come out of it. It's pretty good. Yeah, when I think of safeties anymore, I'm always thinking of nudging the cue right up into something, or getting a long distance to take that pop cue out of the game.
Yeah.
And I know that's something that's probably in the last decade, but I'm only watching guys play anymore.
No, it's absolutely true. And
Mike's not only a famous jump cue builder, but he knows how to use it, you know?
Exactly.
And it just seemed like he couldn't get a full look at that ball because he had it a little protected, but that was the only thing that really saved Ben in that spot. If it was a wide open shot, I think Mike would have just made it and won the game off it.
Well, I saw the 4 could go towards the hole. That's one of the things that started to, if he misses not hitting the 8, say he actually hits the 8, he hits a little
too
soft.
thin. He hit it too thin and basically stretched over the table and got forced a little overcut miss.
I think if I'm Mike, I don't even play with the side pocket. I just hit this a little thicker,
Yeah, straight up and
almost come in between the 7 and the spot.
yeah.
Yeah, about like that. It rolled over a little bit on him there, but that's
Yeah,
about right.
It's. I think his intention was it to come just straight up table, but it kind of got away a little bit. But he's all right.
He looks like he's going to pocket it in the lower left-hand corner pocket with spin and speed. Nice shot. Very smart, experienced shot. Many players roll that ball into the other pocket and wonder why they're missing, a third of the games that they should have got.
Okay, well, correct. It's now going to be 3-2 Mike, and what went from a 1-0 start to a 3-2 advantage.
Yeah, definitely. And for those of you just tuning in, you're watching the Come and Take It If You Can production by Inside Pool Video. We're here at Fiddlesticks Billiard Cafe in North Canton, Ohio. I'm J.R. Calvert. Joining me here in the booth is Chris Zuter. You're watching a match between tour promoter Mike Gulyassy and Ben Zimmer. Race to 5, and Ben is getting one on the wire, and Mike is getting ready to break the balls here.
Yep. And saying tour promoter doesn't give him enough justice. He's a player. He's given up 2 games on the wire to the average players in the tournament, and then 1 game on the wire to Ben. But it's because he doesn't make too many mistakes. Now, this tournament's rules are that 9 doesn't count on the break. So he's got the 9 ball spotted back up, and I think it's a push out from here.
Yeah, he doesn't really have a lot of the one that he can see. He might have a 1/16 of an inch of it, which he's not going to shoot at. So
No. He's probably going to put the cue ball up table and goes back into the safety battles that we saw in the game before. Seems like a lot of safety battle for bar box 9 ball. Usually it's you see a lot of running out, but the balls have just kind of clustered up on the past few breaks. They changed that 9 ball on the break rule. I'm not sure for all tournaments, but for this one, and I kind of like it because first off, it's rack your own, and any good experienced player knows how to get the 9 ball to direct towards a pocket. And then on top of that, it's such a short race format that just sheer chance and 9 ball flops in, and then it's match over. So I think it works good for this short race format.
well, I think that anytime you start getting a handicap tournament where the races are shorter, that it means too much of a percentage of the outcome of the win, so to speak. If it was a race to 11 and you were handicapping 1, 2, or 3 games, that's not a big deal.
Right.
But if you're handicapping a race to 5, that's just a little bit too much. But meanwhile, Ben's in perfect position here. He should shoot to 7 in the upper left-hand corner here. Let's see if he just does the right thing. Oh, he might even shoot it in the side and just roll up a hair. I don't know.
I'm guilty of shooting these in the side too much, but the smart shot is to go up in the corner because those pockets are so accepting, and nothing mistake can pop up shooting it in the corner pocket. But if the cue ball like skids on you or something like that, trying to like finesse it in that side pocket, that's where even though you're fully confident you're going to make it, a little hiccup could happen. side pocket, corner pocket. You just
Table
open up
1,
your stroke and let it go down there, and it's
Donnie
never.
Blevins. Table 1,
Yeah.
Chuck Clark and Donnie
And the funny thing
Blevins.
is that on any bar player will tell you that you never want to really roll the ball on a bar table.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
Yeah.
what bar table it is.
Yeah.
So, being that the side pockets are so funny, what ends up happening is a lot of guys try and roll them and find out that old adage really is true on the side pocket, and it's the one that's unforgiving in the whole situation.
Can I have a copy of that tape where I beat Earl's turkey?
Yeah, Pepsi Mark sitting here gloating over his victory over Earl. Fine win. Big.
That's brutal, man. Spotting a guy two
Yeah.
hands on the wire going to 3.
Yeah. You know, and with Earl, he hates to lose. I was talking to Brian Frank, and I was like, you know, it just amazed me. Like, he's just genuinely mad, even though he's giving 2 games on the wire, and Pepsi's got on oxygen. He's given 2 games on the wire, and he's still like completely fired up that he lost this match. You know, it's like that kind of competitor where no matter what, he's like, you know, the circumstances are, you know, this is more of a promotion than anything, because, you know, there's no way Earl would come out and give up these kind of handicaps unless he was, you know, affiliated with
Mike.
Gulyassy, you know.
Right.
It's just it's insurmountable how tough that is. But he was genuinely upset when he lost
Yeah.
that. It's funny that shows what kind of competitor he is. Yeah, he wants it all. He never wants to lose ever.
Well,
And everybody can say that, but when you see the emotions in somebody like that, it's. I almost cracked up because I was like, man, he's just that into it, you know.
well, it takes a certain individual to last for decades in this sport
Yeah, to
and
go
amass.
down the road he went and be as successful as he was going down that tough road.
Yeah, you have to want that one.
No, he's still in the room. He's over there, but yeah, he's a journeyman, but or like more than that, he's a champion. But
Well-
yeah, we got good action here now. We got Benny on the hill, so it went. We